Well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I forgot what the day was, but anyway, I know it's October 2025. You know, I'm gonna be quick, keep it honest and real with you. I'm not any party. I don't believe in Republican. I try not to. I don't vote that way. Sometimes I vote Republican. Sometimes I vote Democrat. I'm not a MAGA. And I'm not one of these leftist liberal freaks or whatever you want to call it. I do believe in humanity. I do believe in respecting people for who they are. And I do believe in it. Whether or not if I agree with that or not, that's one thing, but I'm going to give you your respect. However, my concern is, and even with Donald Trump, no, I didn't vote for him. Some of the things I could kind of get on board with. Because some of the things I have witnessed lately, like the issues with the homelessness, it's it's kind of tiring. I understand, yes, people on the streets or whatever, but if we're providing shelters and things like that for you to go to, then that's a place off the streets. You just choose to want to live on the streets. That's a choice that you make. And with every choice, there's a consequence. So if that means that being on the streets and stuff might let you in jail, unfortunately, that's one of the consequences that we have to deal with. However, my thing is with the Mega, which is not really a conservative movie. Mega is still a populist movie because conservatives don't spend money like that. But anyway, I digress. My concern was like, in light of the last few days, no one batted an eye for Mega or any kind of concern. This man sit up here first. The Argentinian guy needed what, 20 billion. So now he went up to 40 billion. He can't explain why. He just said it's a great. I saw some clip where he said something like it's a great philosophy. Okay, so we are in the middle of a government shutdown, and yeah, before you even say the Democrats, whatever, it's because of all these fucking cuts. And I do believe that there is some other things that are going on that we are not aware of, but of course, the messaging and people put out that, oh yeah, you're trying to fund healthcare for illegals and blah, 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 and blah, blah. Okay, fine. Got it. You cut all of that. I'm okay if you cutting stuff that's going to make things better and make, kind of cut some of the waste. I'm on board. Trust me. I have no issues with that. However, you cut that, then you turn back around and you literally bail out another country for $40 billion. Make that make sense. And no one is batting an eye on that. That's the part that bothers me. Y'all could scream and holler about LGBTQ agenda, about abortion, about all this other bullshit, but ain't nobody hollering about this 40 billion this man just gave bailed out another country because of the request of the Treasury Secretary, Mr. Bessent. Number two, Qatar. Ain't nobody even bat an eye about the fact that they just building a facility out in Mountain Home, Idaho, a training facility for the Air Force pilots. Not United States Air Force pilots, for their Air Force pilots. But, once again, Mega, y'all duped. Y'all sitting up here worried about Madame. Let me tell you something about Madame. Even Madame makes a mayor in New York City. It's only so much he can do. So, all that's not going to happen. Number two, New York City is already pretty much a socialist city. There is no city in the United States that has a housing program that literally helps people get an apartment that can't afford an apartment. Where else do they do that? Is that not socialism? I don't know what it is, so I don't understand why y'all act shocked and surprised. But hey, it is what it is, and I said what I said, and have a great day. Just giving you something to think about. It's nothing wrong with being critical. You can support Trump and still be critical of things that he do. I did the same thing with everybody else I voted for. So just remember that. A little food for thought. Have a great day.